Hey, this is Joe Price. We're doing a project to try to connect together everyone that lived in Skagit County, Washington between 1900 and 1920. In the process of connecting all these people together, we've found a lot of duplicates on the family tree. And so we've set up a sheet where you can help us merge those duplicates. So let me show you how to do this. And here's one thing that I'm really excited about this project is actually duplicates can be a major stumbling block for a lot of new users on the tree. It's not something we want people doing when they're first getting started with family history. And so when we go and merge these duplicates, it can help pave the way for others that follow. Also, this sheet is a fantastic way for you to get practice yourself with possible duplicates. Um, Merging duplicates is one of the harder things in family history, and so having a lot of practice can give you the confidence you need to help other people do well at this important task. So let me share my screen and show you what we'll be doing. Okay, so here's the sheet. And so to use the sheet, you'll just check out a few observations. And then I like to just open up maybe 3 or 4 at once, just so that they're all loaded and ready for me to look at, so I can spend most of my time making decisions about whether they should be merged. And so in this case here, we have William L. Rolfe. And so the most important thing to do is to start looking for the clues that indicate if these are the same people. So notice here we have this birth in you know uh, brackets to just indicate that they're not quite sure if that was right. And so as we come down here, notice he was living in Fidalgo, Skagit. He was married to Dana Muriel Pike, which is the same person because you can see the IDs are right. So in this case, even though the birth information was different, everything else is lining up really well. And so this is very likely a match. And so then now we just have to decide what stuff to keep. I'm going to keep this one just because that little bracket there is making me think that maybe they weren't quite sure and they were using maybe a place of residence as a proxy for a birth. And so we'll come down here. See all the people are lining up really well, and we're bringing some kids over, and we'll hit continue. And then we'll add because all the information lined up really well, and we'll hit finish merge. Okay, so that first one's all done. And then feel free at this point, if you want, you can attach other sources to William. You can also see if you're related to him. So this is that's kind of cool. So William's my 6th cousin, 4 times removed. But you see that we'd have to go back pretty far to find our common ancestor. But that's still neat that he's a cousin. If I click over here, I can see some of the other sources. One thing that's kind of annoying is there's a whole bunch of duplicate marriage records. So we're not really asking you to go and merge or attach all of those, but definitely if you see a census record like this 1940 census, that'd be awesome to do, or a death record or other things. Okay, let's do another duplicate. So here we have Florence Elodie Snyder. So perfect name match. Let's see if we have we have a spouse name that matches, and then notice that her daughter Patricia was living in Burlington, Washington, and over here we have a Burlington. So this is definitely a match. So we're going to hit yes, continue. And then again, we look for what pieces of information to bring over, and then we hit add and then finish merge. Okay, let's just do 2 more. So here's the husband of that person we just did. So you can see that the spouse matches. Now one thing, we'll see if this causes any trouble. Sometimes I find that when I merge the spouse, sometimes it'll cause just a little bit of a right there. So here's what you need to do in that case is, and maybe Family Search will fix this, but in the meantime, all you need to do is just let's go back and click that one again so it has a chance to refresh. So let's try this now. Okay, so again, notice everything's lining up really well. We hit that. Let's see. I think I'm going to go with this spelling instead of, so notice that over here it was kind of Evert and Everett. I know, I could be wrong, but that seemed like probably the way to go. And I could look at the sources to see if there's any clues, but there isn't. And we'll hit add, and then we'll finish. Okay, so notice this time it went through just fine. I think it just happens to be when you have kind of 2 family members. Okay, here's our last one. Okay, now this is an interesting one. Over here we have a Franklin Basset, and over here we have a Franklin Basset. They have the same birth date. Okay, and if we click on this person, we can see more. Washington Davies, Indiana. Washington Davies, Indiana. So this is definitely the same person, but it says the sex must match. So easiest way to do this is figure out which one has the right gender. This one looks like it's wrong, so we're going to go to this person, and we're going to change this person to male, and then that will allow us then to do the merge. Okay. So hopefully these examples gave you an idea of some of the things that you'll come across. I can't really cover like every possible thing that can happen, but just keep in mind if you're not sure, you don't have to do it. And let me show you then in the final step how to report everything in the sheet. So in this case, we were able to do all of these. So I put a 1, a 1, a 1, a 1. And if you're not sure, you can put a 0.5. And if you definitely think that they're not the same person, you can put a 0. So the nice thing with the 0.5s is we'll come back and double check those, or we'll just leave them be. It's actually much better to not merge two people that are different. But in most cases, I think you're going to be able to tell if it's a match or not. And we hope you have a great experience.